We're about to get to our latest Dallas Cowboys live mailbag, and we are approaching 100,000 subscribers. Entering today's live show, we were almost to 91K. Help us get there and join the #1 Cowboys YouTube channel out there by subscribing today. Super chat time from DeLunatic. If Richie Grant is there around pick 38, do we trade up and take him? That's a really good question. Part of it depends on who else is there. Is there somebody else that you're searching for that maybe you'd feel comfortable with waiting on? Above you in terms of the draft order. The 49ers probably wouldn't go safety, but maybe. Giants would not. Lions probably would not. Denver won't. Panthers could. Bengals won't. And Bengals are picking at 38 there. So if you want to jump Carolina, I do think that makes some sense, especially if Trevon Merrick's off the board and you desperately want to get a safety who can be a free safety for you day one. Back to back here from DeLunatic. Are we now out on Tyler Shelvin audio? That is the LSU defensive tackle. I was pretty darn concerned about Tyler Shelvin in general because I have no doubts about his ability to be a run stopper. I think he can do that role. But if I'm spending a premium pick on a defensive tackle, early in the draft, I want him to be a guy who can help you in the pass rush game. That is not Tyler Shelvin whatsoever. At a kind of juiced LSU Pro Day, Shelvin checked in at 6'2", 350 and was bad. Ran a 5.4 40-yard dash. His splits were terrible. I don't want him outside of day 3. From Auntie, a $1 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. And also a $2 one on top of that. From Campbell, Earl Thomas, drink up. Bottoms up. From Skeptical Fan, Cowboys win the Super Bowl, April Fools. That one pains me dearly. I don't appreciate that. From Brandon Brown, a big-time one. $21.99, and what is that? Euros? I don't know what the currency conversion rate is these days. Do you think Dallas should sign KJ or get a young linebacker in the draft? And, let me answer the first one. In general, if I can get a day 3 linebacker, or day 2 linebacker, I think I prefer that, but I'm fine either way. And do you want to pursue another safety in free agency or just the draft? I want to go draft for safety because I think that's going to set me up better long term. And he also says, I love KJ. Would rather draft a young guy, second or third, and let him develop. Okay, so I didn't even read the full question, and we were on the exact same page there. Speaking of KJ Wright, what is the % chance that you guys think that the Cowboys are able to go out and get him? Let me know what you guys are thinking and projecting and guessing in there in the comments section. The % chance that Dallas ends up getting KJ Wright. Thank you, Keegan, for your $2 super chat. Appreciate it. From Jono Lim, if you are the Cowboys GM, I want to be the owner, but yes, and you take Surtain at 10, and Farley is there in the second round, would you consider it? So yes, I would consider it, because I love Caleb Farley. If he's there in round 10, the back got flagged severely, so that's an issue. But more importantly, more importantly, I have to build my roster. And if I got Patrick Surtain and Trevon Diggs on the outside, and Caleb Farley is, I believe, a best fit on the outside, along with Surtain and Diggs, I can't get them all on the field at the same time. So I feel great about my cornerback room, but that's because I got great depth. And I don't want to spend a second-round pick on a backup. So I say no if you take Surtain at 10. Tristan Brown, what's the obsession with going with Pitts at 10? Take PS2, Patrick Surtain. Well, Kyle Pitts is really good. That's the obsession with it. It's an offensive game. You want to be Team 50 Burger. I get it. I also understand wanting to fix your defense. I lean more towards defense if Surtain is there, but I've softened my stance in light of the Caleb Farley injury, though. From Elmer Robertson, any chance the Cowboys get Penei Sewell? I would almost wonder if there's a better chance of Sewell being on the board than, say, Kyle Pitts. There is a chance. We saw it last year, right? The NFL draft is weird. I definitely think Sewell is the victim of nitpicking and overthinking as it relates to NFL media and potentially some NFL teams. There is a scenario, I believe, in which Sewell is on the board at number 10. And he's my number 2 guy. If that's the case, I'm taking him. I'm playing him at guard year 1, and he's my eventual Tyron Smith replacement. Sewell would be my dream draft pick at number 10 overall. It would be. And it was going to be Caleb Farley pre-injury. I don't think Penei Sewell is there, but he's my number 2 player. I have him over Kyle Pitts. It might be different for that, but that's where I'm at. So get your votes in. And this is the pinned comment, by the way, on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and get your votes in. Who is your dream draft pick at number 10 overall? DeLunatic, your 3rd round picks that make it a home run for Dallas. Oh, God, who's even going to be on the board, right? It depends on what route you go. Like, if you take a corner in round, let's say Surtain is your pick in round 1. In round 3 is one of the tackles there. Maybe Brady Christensen, which is fine. Has an edge rusher fallen to you? Is someone like a Peyton Turner out of Houston onward? That would be one of my favorite round 3 picks. Do you go safety in round 2, in which case is a linebacker there? Could a Nick Bolton or a Jabril Cox be there in round 3? So it all depends on what moves you make before that. So honestly, check in during round 3 of the NFL Draft. From Scott Hoover, do we need a tight end weapon for downfield? With the weapons we have on offense, wouldn't it make more sense to have a better blocking tight end? Well, no. I think in general you want the pass catcher. Like, yes, you want a decent blocking tight end, which I think Dalton Schultz did fine this past year. He was a nice player for you. Jarwin brings you some down the seam if he comes back from his ACL healthy, which I think he will. So if you want a playmaker on offense, then you take the playmaker, not someone to help block for you. From Al Capone, trade down for Jaycee Horn, just saying. How far down can you go, though? Because the Eagles at 12, Chargers at 13, Cardinals at 16 could all go corner. If Surtain goes early, which he may, I don't think he does, but it could happen, you can't move down that far to get Jaycee Horn. It's a good idea. I like it, but you just got to be aware of that he could be off the board quicker than you want. From Colin, Cowboys need to go sign a corner like Gareon Conley. Sure. I kind of think he is a post-NFL draft signing. Former first-round pick, the Will McClay special, as I call it, did not play at all in 2020 due to an ankle issue that required 2 surgeries. Bit of a red flag there. And last time we saw him, not great. I mean, we want to complain about Anthony Brown and Chidobe Awuzie, and those guys are way better than what Conley was last time we saw him out there. So, sure, bring him in as if you don't go corner in round 1, add extra competition, cheap 1-year prove-it deal. All right, awesome. As an actual, he's our new starter, not the route I think makes sense for Dallas. Speaking of free agency, I want you guys to simply grade the Cowboys free agency class so far. A, B, C, D, or F. I gave my thoughts on Wednesday. It's on the channel, but get your votes in the comments. A, B, C, D, or F. From Bilal, would it make sense if we trade up from our second rounder to draft Farley or Barmore for a future second and third round pick? Well, you might see teams want your own second rounder. If you went corner in round at 10, no, you're not going Farley. If you trust the medical and need a corner, give me Caleb Farley. Otherwise, give me Christian Barmore. From Alan Williams II, are you a fan of having 17 games? If all goes well with Dallas, what will our record be? I mean, if all goes well, I think you can try and get to 11 or 12 wins. And in the end, I am fine with having 17 games. It's more football. More football is fun, right? All right, from Joey, I'm getting sad, dude. I feel like the Giants and football team get better yearly with better coaches, spending correctly and creatively. I don't think we come in second. How many years has Washington in particular won free agency? It's like every year, right? Every year, Washington, oh, look at all this money they spent. And they still don't, neither of these teams, frankly, have a quarterback. Sorry to the Giants fan in the office here at Chat Sports. Fitz is fun, Like, the Cowboys got the biggest upgrade at quarterback by getting Dak Prescott back. I don't buy the Giants. I don't fully believe Washington yet either. They're still the betting favorite, and I think that's exactly right in the end. Now, look, you guys should know, I don't sugarcoat things. If I'm angry, you know that I'm angry. If I'm sad, you know I'm sad. I feel good about this Cowboys team with Dak Prescott. Are they the Super Bowl favorite? No, of course not. But here at the Cowboys Report, we will always try to tell you how it is, at least how I think it is. So if you want honest analysis and not everything is sunshine and roses, hit that big red button and subscribe at youtube.com/CowboysTV. From Lane Oliver, is Blake Jarwin back and healthy? I think he will be. I mean, it's an ACL tear. It does take some time. Nothing that I've heard to be overly concerned about, and I think that's the path going forward. Felipe Garcia, trade 10 to the Raiders for 17, take Jaycee Horn, get a second and third, and a future 20. Okay, hold on. You're not getting all of that. You're not getting a second and a third to move down 7 spots in round 1. You could get like one of those 2 picks, I think, fairly easily, maybe a future 2022. Also, are we sure Jaycee Horn's going to be there? Because Arizona at 16, as I mentioned, they got to get a corner. They need one pretty badly. So we'll see. All right, Trey Brocker, thoughts on these players. Kelvin Joseph, the cornerback from Kentucky, and Ronnie Perkins, the edge from Oklahoma. So I'll go quickly on these guys so we don't spend 20 minutes on it like I know I could. Kelvin Joseph, very talented. Top 5 talented corner in this class. However, this is a guy who the coaches at Kentucky were like, yeah, dude, just opt out, go home, you're not trying. That's a bit of a red flag when 2 different coaching staffs saw him leave. He transferred from LSU too. Big time red flag there. I got a round 2/round 3 get on him as a result. Character, a big time concern. Ronnie Perkins from Oklahoma, I like him a lot. This is kind of one of my guys this year. In a very, very muddled edge rushing class, I have a round 2 grade on him. And for now, at least, I'm not done yet with my edge guys. Top 5 player at the position. From Ishmael to God, if Surtain and Pitts are off the board, do they get Waddle and trade Gallup for a late first, early second? I will take this opportunity to make a note. You guys out there so wildly overvalue Michael Gallup. I love him. He's a good football player. You're not getting a first or a second for Michael Gallup. You could get like a third for him, but I don't think you're getting a late first or early second round pick for the Cowboys' 3rd best receiver. He's not that caliber of asset, especially as we've seen the past couple of years, great receiver prospects every single year. So if you want to take Waddle and trade Gallup, okay, that's fine. But you're not going to get that caliber of draft pick back for him.